Ras Minty's Rise to the Occasion show because we want you to be uplifted. That's fantastic. Listen, thank you for calling in, Brenda.
And thank you. Thank you very much. Enjoy.
And hopefully I'll see you there on Sunday. Have a good show, yeah?
Thank you.
Take care.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
You need the right people like Ras Minty. The right people who know your identity. The right people who know your destiny. Just uplift all your dignity. Ha!
Yes, that sounds like a really good event to go to. And yeah, see if I can try and head down before my one. Well, it's a good time, it could work, you know.
They could go to your there with that and then go to yours as well because they're both round the corner.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Both in Tottenham. So yeah, that's 280 St Anne's Road, Chestnut Community Centre, and that will be on Sunday from 3 till 6:30. Prophet Newton and Brenda, the Vitamin D Queen. We'll be talking about coconuts, and actually coconuts are really a fantastic food for your health. You know. So anyway, Brother Jammers.
Yes.
This event on Sunday because it's sound clash.
No, it's two totally different concepts.
Right,
you get healthy before you come to speak, so it's an ideal combination, really.
I like that, bro. I like that.
So it's basically, as I said, I've done quite a lot of research into words. So the Speakers Club is here to give us a platform for us to express our views and put our heads together, because I was self-taught, and I believe that the next revolution is the revolution of the mind. Yeah, so we can put our heads together and change our perspectives and raise our perspectives and achieve what we need to achieve. But we have to do it ourselves.
Well, I love what you're saying there, bro. And people who regularly listen to the show know that that's exactly what we're on. We're on the development of the mind. That's what the show's about. Uplifting, motivation. It's called Rise to the Occasion because we want our people to rise to whatever occasion is presented in front of them. Rise to the vision which is in the mind, which is developed in your mind. I think it's very important that we promote. We're in promotions of mind development 100%. So go on, bro, let's talk about this event more, man, because,
as I said, well, if you look at the word speak, you've got the S in front of it, which is like the S in the language is silent when it's at the start, or at the end it's plural, it's in plural. So look at the word speak, you see you silently peak when you speak, you see. So that's the first step towards achieving your objective, is when you can speak to empower yourself rather than what they're teaching our rappers to do, which is to destroy our race with words. We can bring our race up with words. And resurrection, means to go back. Surrection means elevate. It's not what they tell you in the whatever they tell you. We could just look at the definition of resurrection. It means means to go back. Surrection is a French word meaning elevated. So you go back to becoming elevated. And the first step is to speak to peak.
Lovely, bro. I love that, man. I love that. How did you come up with this event, bro? Because like the first time I met you a few years back. That's when we were talking about the Bible. We could say the word. There's no, to me, say as long as we're not swearing, but we can say the word.
Yeah, right.
The book was called. You can say it, bro.
Well, I banned my own book, Okay, it's so controversial, it might override today's show.
Okay.
So we might have to leave that one.
All right, bro.
For next. But basically, I know. As I said, I was living in an extreme situation for a couple of years. I was living in a van for a couple of years, and when you're like in that kind of scenario, you start to see things from a different perspective from everyone else. And your objective is to just get through the day and survive. So your whole actions and your whole mindset is of a different mindset to everybody's in their comfort zone, you see. And so every day is about survival. And plus then what happened, it got to extreme circumstances where, all the knowledge I had, all the friends, and even my mindset, and all the training and teaching I had, I was living in a van, and I just had enough money to buy cheese or bread, and it came to that level. My whole life had come to just that level where I had to just make a decision on that. And then in my head, I just must have asked the universe, how do you fight all this negativity in the world? And from that incident, It's just like words just fell down like rainfall on me. That's all I could describe it as. And I just started to look into what am I? Who am I? Where have I come from? And I just started to self-analyze myself. But I wasn't satisfied with. I had to get to the finite point of it. So I said, I'm a human. Where's a human come from? It's made up of molecules. What are molecules? Electrons and neutrons. What's electron and neutron? And then when I went to that level, then I said, what do electrons and neutrons do? And then I said, it revolve. And that's when it hit me, revolve. I said, what's revolve mean? Then I realized revolve was made out of two sounds, and the two sounds had a meaning. And when I checked, re means to go back, and then I realized they never taught us that in, I had at that level, I had O level English, and they never taught us that there was other sounds in the words that had meanings in them. So revolve means to go back, and they say that everything revolves. And it's from then I looked at myself. I looked at the words in a different light. I saw there's hidden meanings in the word, and then what happened to me as well. I was saying, I come from a hot country and I'm living in a cold place. So when I'm taking clothes off, they're putting clothes on. So maybe the things that work for them, the opposite works for us. So then I started to say, well, let me look at the sounds and reverse the sounds. And that's when I saw the word tip came into head. When they're at the tip, T-I-P, reverse that, you got pit, which is the bottom. So when we're at that tip of something, we're at the bottom. Then I looked at the word sub, and I looked at the word bus. B-U-S. Bus means to come, move outwards or something above. And when you reverse the sound, you get sub. So then I thought, wow, there's something in this language system that they've not showed us. And then from there, I just started to decipher, look at all the words. And then from there, it just, every single word, because basically, if you're with somebody and if even their enemy, or you dislike them, or you're not sure about them, and they give you something to eat, you're going to check the ingredients before you eat the food. When you buy some clothes, you're going to check the quality of the clothes before you put it on. When you're buying a motor car, you're going to check the mechanics and check the history before you take that car. But when you're given a word by the so-called enemy, you're using that word without checking the history, the implications, the problems that it could cause, or where it's come from, or the motive or the instinct behind the person that's giving you the word. So this is what, at this instance, I started to look at every single word, and if I was given a word, I was always suspicious of the word, and I had to look into the implications of the word before I used it. So every word now, I had to analyze the word before I took it on board, and that is the basis of what started me on this journey.
Yeah, that's deep, man. Listen, Bun Artist, thank you. We can't really put it up too much louder. Maybe you need to put your radio up, bro. But thanks, Bun Artist. And thanks, Cash, yeah. I'm going to read out the hotline number. So if you want to call and ask Jammers a question on the event, on his life, on his books, on his entrepreneurship, on his wordsmithery.
You lot are coming out with words yourself. I've got to reanalyze. You're beating me with them words before, I can't even say that one. What? I'm taking out my notebook today,
Bridget, I'm a sound man like you, so we love writing lyrics. We love words. We love breaking words.
That's what we are, sir. And that's the thing. Instinctively, what they're frightened of, everything revolves. So what they're frightened of us reverting back to our elevated state. We say things without realizing Ra. When the ancient Kemetic word for Ra was God. Rasta, of course. Sun, the sun of light, the star of light. Absolutely, so we say things, sound, man. We all sound, and the key to this word thing is the sound.
Words sound power, as to say, Bridget, and that's the key.
That's the key.
And words are very powerful and important. That's why instead of saying appreciate, we say appreciate. Love. We don't hate, we love. You understand, Bridget? Words are powerful. They can take a man's life, or they can save a man's life. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
They can make you feel good or make you feel bad. I'm going to read out the hotline number, yeah? 07539 602 999. That's 07539 602 999. So call in if you want to ask Jammers anything about his events. So, Jammers.
One more thing I just like to say from that, That's what I want to say to everybody out there. When you're at the bottom, you can see everything that's in front of you. So it's a good starting point. When nobody has any interest towards you, you become like a ghost. Nobody sees you, but you can see everything that goes on. So that was my starting point. So so as you said, you've got to go backwards to go forwards. You know, you've got to get rid of all the grime out of your head before you can see with rhythm and rhyme instead.
Brethren, that's deep. I say that on the show all the time, that to find out who you are, you've got to get rid of who you're not. And we have these thoughts and these ideas which permeate our thinking, and we need to have clear thinking. We need to get rid of all that BS that's ingrained in our minds, and we have to chip off the negative thinking and the anxiety and the fear and all these negative emotions, so that we can start thinking clearly.
Exactly.
As individuals and as a race generally, man.
And the first thing was, we had unity, was what? Common communication, where we came to an understanding. We didn't make mistake, which means miss the chance to take something. Take means miss the chance to take, because we had a unified communication system. When I said a word, you knew exactly what I meant. When I said what I was going to do, you knew exactly what I was going to do. But this word, if you look at how the language is, they've taken the language from Kemet and reversed it. They didn't create nothing new, because the biggest invention was not the pyramids. Yeah, it's not the pyramids. It was the creation of a language system. Only one race created the language system, and that was ancient Kemet. The Africans, original people, created the language system. This is still our language system. They have not created, the Europeans have not created any form of language.
That's right, bro. That's right. They've just copied from
They've
Africa,
copied it. What if you look at this? What they've done? They reversed the symbols. When you get to Latin and Greek, the symbols were reversed. So basically, what they've done, they've reversed the symbol. They've reversed the sound. So now we're saying things like wicked and expecting a good result.
It's funny because a session of that pulled me up. I sent her the tune, and we were talking. I just said, "Yeah, mad thing," and she goes, "Oh, I don't like language like that." And I said, "You know what? You're right. You know, we have to start using positive language, bro, and having a better
check where this. But because even certain words that we think are bad are not bad. The ones that we think are good are not good. The ones that we think are bad are not bad. For instance, the word madio in Latin means free. So when you've got a free mind, you're going to end up in institution. They're going to joke. Most of them people who you call mad, they've got a free mind. And when you hear what they're saying, there's a whole lot of sense in what they're saying.
It's interesting you say that, Bridget.
Look at the opposites. I'm going to stop.
No, go on.
Just look at mad and reverse the polarity. Reverse the sound of mad and you'll see D-A-M, damn. So I prefer to be mad than damned.
Yeah, that's deep, that, bro. Oh my goodness, man! It's just it's a weird world we're in now, man.
A weird world.
A weird weird world. It's deep, man. It's deep, and this is what we're gonna get on Sunday to a level. But we're gonna get talk about this event on Sunday, bro, because I know you've got a great way with words, bro.
Well, basically, as I said, I've got a 3-point plan, right? The first point plan was to get us, as I said, get us to communicate with each other in spite of our differences. We need a difference because we need different perspectives so we can see the 360 degrees. They've made difference seem a disadvantage, but it's an advantage. 2 eyes is better than 1. 4 eyes is better than none. So the more eyes you've got seeing things from different angles, that's our advantage. It's not a disadvantage. So it's great that someone's got a different angle, because when you put the angles together, you get a bigger picture. So the first step is to, as what we can do when we invest in their products, we can put our money towards their products. A Muslim and a Christian will invest in Adidas products. A Muslim and a Christian will work together doing a 9-to-5 job. So why can't we work together and do some proper work? We can always argue about our differences after. So the Speakers Club was for us to get together, put aside our differences and learn to speak outside your box as well, because that's another thing. We can always speak in our little circles, but you have to be able to speak outside your circle.
So this is events about encouraging people.
That's the first point, yeah.
To speak outside of their
circle. It's all about the audience speaking, because everywhere you go, you're listening. Sometimes you don't even open your mouth for the whole day nowadays. You're on the internet, you're listening to, you're watching the TV, then you're listening to some authority, then you're reading some authoritative book. You don't actually even speak anymore. Even when you're going to the supermarket now, it's all card system. So we don't actually have no vibration coming from us, except for the vibration that we are fed.
No, it's interesting you say that, Bridget, because that's one thing I say. You know, back in the 80s, Bridget, when there was no text, no email, no mobile phones, you know what I'm saying? you called a man on the phone, a woman on the phone, or you spoke to them live. They were the only two forms of communication.
And what is like a magic trick? If you tell a youngster now, a magic trick is like you had a meeting without no mobile phone. How did we do that? I can't even work out how we did that now. We went to a rave. We all timed it to go to the rave together without no form of electronic form of communication. How?
But you know what, Bridget? Because every man came together in one place, like when you were in the sound, said, we're going to meet here at 3 o'clock. If you're not there with God, you don't start.
Look at their movements. We can't do that now. With all our electronic devices, we still can't do that.
Because you'll text the man, you'll email him, you'll voice note him, and he'll go out and get them. So when you just call me, that's the old
And the problem
way.
we've got now, to look at the date, we have to look in the phone to even know what day it is.
It's true, you know, bro. We're very reliant on the phones, man, and I think that you know, it could be to our detriment. And actually, this is another thing, bro, with the phones, that we don't remember numbers anymore, do we?
No, we can't even remember a number.
You don't even try to remember the number, do you, bro?
You don't try to. Your brain is now sleeping. You don't need your brain anymore. Even when I was walking with a girl, she's looking for a shop. I could see the shop with my own eyes. 10 meters in front of us. She was looking on the phone and said, "Oh, it's not that far away."
While she's looking on the phone, she was walking past the shop. This is boy, but that's what I'm saying. But this is what the society, how it wants us to get. If we don't use our brain, what they say, if you don't use it, you lose it, bro.
That's right. And the thing is, the master will hide in front of the biggest cheater will cheat in front of your face. You know, the one who's clever will cheat in front of your face. They've cheated. The deceiver is in the actual sound, because they give us the letters to focus on, so we don't listen to the sound. System is when you stop something. Assist is a growth. So if you're working to a system, you're working to something that's going to stop your growth. Look at the word technology. Take knowledge away.
And that touched me now, Bridge, and I love that. Technology. Technology. that's in Jamaica. That is technology.
Technology. Because listen to the sound and you'll find the answer. You used to be able to go to Brixton using your own brain. Now you need a stat nav. So is that progress or regress? Well, actually, you have to regress to progress. What does forward really mean? Listen to the sound in the word, and you will see. What we have to do is to see with our ears and hear with our eyes. Right? So basically, listen to the word.
Say that again, bro, because that's deep.
We need to start seeing with our ears and hearing with our eyes.
That's deep, that. It's like saying, I'm seeing. I'm seeing. I'm stumped. It's like saying you're hearing colours and seeing voices.
Exactly.
It's the same thing, bro.
We've got more dynamics to our senses than they want us to use.
That's deep, bro.
All our senses are intertwined. They have relationships with one another, all the senses. Right, so let's go back to sit now. Listen to the word. And another thing, teaching is when I'm telling you something. When I'm showing you something, then look at the word show. You see the word own in it. Yeah, shh means silent, to silently own something. So when you're shown it, then you own it. But they teach you, so they tell you something. When you're taught comes from the word tautology, which means you repeat something over and over again. It also comes from the word auto in Greek, which means automatic. So when you're taught something, you just do things automatically. They do not show you how to do it, so you own it. Right, let's get back to the word forward. Forward. For means moving to something. What are you moving to? A ward. What is a ward? A place of care. Let's go back to the stat nav. You used to be able to find Brixton by yourself with no assistance. Now you need something to care you and take you there. You need to be assisted to go to Brixton with the stat nav. You need to be in a place of care. So you're moving forward.
Wow. And this is the type of stuff we're going to get on Sunday, basically. Well, to a level.
No, this is on Sundays where the crowd, the audience is encouraged to speak, use their voices to speak.
Yeah. What's the subject matter on Sunday?
It's about education.
Go on, read it out.
The transforming effect of education. I've got my views on that still. So, does formal education aid or hinder critical thinking? And is all education knowledge?
Yes, so we're talking about formal education, going to school, going to university.
That's right, the transforming effect of education.
All right, bro.
And what I've said, that's the Speakers Club. The next thing that was set up is the Talking Academy.
Okay, what is that, bro?
And the Talking Academy is the training branch of the Speakers Club. So this is where we impart skills to help people elevate from this system that we're in.
I hear you.
To perceive language in a way that you can inspire and achieve, rather than deceive and manipulate. So the Talking Academy is the training branch of the Speakers Club, and we launched that 2 weeks ago.
Okay, bro. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to touch up our sponsors, and then we'll talk more about the Speakers Club on Sunday. Club, and
a little bit about the words and everything.
Yeah, man. We just stay with the word thing because it's deep, man. That's deep. So we're going to have a word from our sponsors.
The Rise to the Occasion show is sponsored by One Lock Publishing. Check out the website www.head-top.co.uk. The Rise to the Occasion show is sponsored by One Lock Publishing. Check out the website www.head-top.co.uk. The Rise to the Occasion show is sponsored by One Lock Publishing. Check out the website www.head-top.co.uk.
Okay, yeah, big up Headers there, man. Enough respect, bro. And check out his website. Excuse me. Check out his website. Check his music. Check Moringa on the website. And support this brother who's doing some fantastic work. Okay, this is from Lee Dredd. Harassment Mini. That's the wrong show. It's Minty, not Mini. But maybe too, I'm probably a small dude. Does your guest speak any other languages fluently?
I don't speak languages fluently, but I can interpret the language like Latin. I think I'm fluent. I'm a fluent reader of Latin, and also I'm getting into the hieroglyphs. But basically, what it is, I've been given a different way of looking at the language, and what I use every single angle to when I'm researching to research. But I don't actually speak the language. I'm going to start even learning some of the African language as well. So I do look at all types of language, and that's the next level is to actually speak the language. But what it is the Latin language, which is a third of the English words is Latin, and it's called a dead language. It's a language they don't speak. You see, so they don't talk the language because there's something in the language, in the sound that they do not want you to hear. So that's why Latin, they call it a dead language. It's a language that's not spoken. So my first task was to decode this Latin language, which makes up a third of the English language. Then go back to the hieroglyphs and look at the hieroglyphics in relation to the language that they've given us to use, and then break the barrier and put the bridge back to the communication so we can get back to our original insight.
Yeah, enough respect for that, King. Thanks, Lee Dredd, and also thank you for your question last week, bro, because we're going to do a show on that question about talking about fighting down Bible and quoting Bible. I'm going to break down the African origins of Christianity next week. So thank you for that question, Lee Dredd. That's what's prompted next week's show. This is from 240. Good reasonings, big up jammers.
Respect for that. Respect.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
I get more power for that. The more people show that, then I know I'm on the right course. So that really all of that helps me.
No, you dep on it, King, or naturally, man. You know what I mean? Thank you, 240. And Cash, one step only backwards means a room for a breather. Computer no match. I think they're making references to various stages of things you've said, bro. But the computer no match is probably related to us talking about.
That's right, because basically what happens is everything is based off who we are. The computer, all the inventions, the camera is based on the eye. The computer, all based on who we are already. But they're fooling us to think that we knew these things that we can do already. And the more we use the things that the machines they've given us to use, is the less we use ourselves. Look at when the ancient days, they used to remember whole books. They used to remember the history, just in their mindset. So basically, as I say, it's taking the knowledge away. This computer where you come and put everything.
Well,
instead of putting it in your head.
Well, Brethren, you're right, exactly right. When we think about like sort of the griots back in the day, they used to just have the information all in the heads. You had to memorize this thing, man, basically, and that was using your brain to its fullness. And now we're just not doing that anymore.
That's right.
It's not happening.
And what broke it for me, as I said, when I realised the sound, because when you move something forward and you move something in reverse, it has an opposite effect. So when I realised that you can sound, when you reverse the sound of something, you get an opposite effect. That made me look at things left and right to left. And if you look at the ancient way we used to look at things, when they wrote the glyphs, it was from left to right to left, up and down. So basically, when you start to look at things from all the angles, your brain starts to move at 360 degrees. Just like a Rubik's Cube. The letters become like a Rubik's Cube. You don't look at it from one perspective, you look at it from all perspectives.
Okay, bro.
And what I found is I was coming out with stuff. My friends was asking, what happened to you? You swallowed a dictionary or something? Because I was the quietest man. I used to play sound and then you would see me live. But most of the time, you wouldn't hear me in no conversation. I love books, but I was the quietest man around.
Yeah, but bro, listen, you're from Tottenham. I know man from Tottenham. Man from Tottenham know you. And they tell me you were a bright kid in school, brethren.
But
you were
quiet.
the top. You were top. You were top 5% in school, bro.
Funny enough, I could read it too. When I went to school, I forgot it all. I forgot it all.
See, he's being humble, but he's a very bright man, this one here, man. But he's a very humble man as well, man.
The thing is, I was coming out with stuff that's not even in books. Not in no book. Not in no internet. Not from no teacher. Stuff was coming out from me that what is really going on with you?
But Brethren, you hit it on the head. When you were in your van and you're at the bottom, like you said, it's like when they say you're on the top, the only way to go is down. So when you're on the bottom, the only way to go is up. It's like if you want to start a business, start from the bottom and rise up to the top, man. And so, and I think that, it doesn't matter your situation if you can see clearly. That's the greatest thing, brethren. Now we're talking about breaking down words. I like to break down the word wisdom.
Ooh.
I know you can break it down. I've got an interpretation, and I know you might have, but I'm going to tell you what my interpretation of the word wisdom is, because I've done languages in school as well, German, and usually Latin and English is a combination of Latin and Germanic, Arab words and various other languages, but Latin and Germanic, essentially. Whiz, when we think about Volkswagen, VW, it's still a V sound in German, the W sound. So whiz is viz. So viz is to see, to visualize.
Okay.
Dome.
Yeah, I like that.
Dome is your mind, brethren.
Nice.
So wisdom is to see clearly in your mind, basically, brethren.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like
man.
that. You like
this
that.
is inspired by Jammers, by the
no,
way.
No,
so.
no. You got me on that one because I never looked at it like that in a certain way.
Well, you know what, brethren? Because I did Germanic and I understand certain, like the J sounds like a Y sound in German. That's how you learn to see words in English, and then you just change it up, basically. And also, I used to spend a lot of time in Holland. I was sightseeing over there, obviously. And what I did is that when they used to show the programs on TV, bro, English programs, but to have the subtitles, so you picked up certain words. Like if you want to say I am in Holland, you say ik ben. I am, ik ben. If you want to say in German, it's ik bin. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to say I understand, you say ik begrip. Now, that's Dutch. Now, begrip, if you got a grip of something, you understand it. So begrip is easy to get, if you know what I'm saying, bro. So it's just seeing these words and just getting an understanding and kind of relating them to English, or a word related to English. For example, in French, the word for moon is luna. Do you understand? Which we use also for the moon. So it's just, if you get a grip of one or two languages, then you can see
Definitely.
There's
a chain in the language, and that's what I found. I haven't mastered the language, but I can pick up the different sounds very quickly now. So now if I put my head to a new language, I'm entertained by it, where before you would see it as something hard to do, but it's like you get like a hungry to do it.
And that is not what Les Brown says. You got to be hungry. You know what I mean? I was hungry yesterday and I just wanted to eat food. I don't know about
But what I'm going to say to you on the wisdom...
Go on, bro.
You've given me the correct... to me, that sounds like the correct...
breakdown of the word,
what it is. Yeah. But you see what happens is, they play with the sounds. So they're not saying whiz dome, because dome means head. They're not saying whiz dome.
They're saying whiz
whiz dumb.
That's right, bro.
Dumb, and dumb is hiding the sound, which is what they do. They hide the sound.
Reggie, you just hit it on the head, and it's very dome. You just hit it on the dome. And, it's funny you say that, Reggie, because how often in English language did he pronounce the O like a U sound?
Yep.
And even the word the wizard, a person who's a wizard was a person who saw only good things and developed only good things. That's what a wizard was.
Right.
You understand,
Right,
Bregin?
right,
Because
right.
we see he saw clearly in his mind. And the female equivalent is a witch, so don't be dissing witches. Witches are not bad people necessarily. They were just natural people who.
Well, I need to go.
Go on, bro. You break it because listen.
Right, no.
You're not here
Back into the sound stage. Right about now.
I got some brand new style.
Break down certain little words in the place.
Go on, my brother. Go on, talk, man.
The word white. I want to break down the word white.
Go on in, I ain't my
for
brother.
people. Look at the letters in the word white. Because when you're given a group of letters, they don't make no sense. You just follow what you're told they are. They don't tell you how to break down, how they worked out that these letters, A leads to B, or because that letter leads to that letter. That's why it is. So basically, it's just a group of letters, and you let things happen to you. But you become a letter. A letter is someone who lets something happen to you.
I like that, bro.
Right. Now let's go back. Go.
No,
No, I don't like cutting people. I'm always cutting people off.
You're not,
probably.
Bregin, you're here to talk about your things. Go on, talk, my brother.
Right. Look at the word white. Right. The first letter of the word white is. No. All right. Forget about that. Forget about that.
So we're not going to talk about the first letter of the word white then anymore. Okay.
Go on, right, people. Right. Okay. I'm going to take the letters of the word white and show you something with the sounds of the word white. You've got H-E, that means
He.
Then you've got W-I-T, that means
Wit.
he uses wit.
All right.
The man who uses wit. Because he come from a cold place, another word for something that is very cold is called...
You tell me.
Begins with, you have it in the fridge.
Ice.
Look at the sounds in the word ice. The first sound in the word ice is
I.
The next two together is
C.
I see. The person who comes from ice he hasn't got nothing in abundance. He's living in a cold place. His sense that he needs to use to survive is his sight.
Sight.
A person who lives in ice is the one whose he's developed his sight. So I stands for I see. White stands for he uses his brain. He uses wit because he has to rely on his sight.
And
so a person who's white will use wit on you.
Yes, bro.
He uses wit, especially in a court of law. You'll notice they remember every word that you say, and if you say the wrong word, they can use it against you because he's using his what? His wit against you. So white means he who uses his wit. And now I want to get to the word witch. Because what is the sound of witch? What is the sound of a witch? What does a witch mean? Is it a broom with an old woman in black on it? No, that's not the sound of a witch. A witch means you don't know which way to move. You're stuck in a witch when you don't know, should I go left or should I go right? Because somebody has used their wit against you to confuse you. And they're giving you a word like wicked and telling you it means good and bad. So you're in the state of witchery.
Bro, wow. How often do you hear me speechless? I'm just going to read out some text, bro, because this is why I asked you on the show, bro, because, you know, I know you're Guam, man, and this is
like
brilliant.
Give me the time to...
Brethren, just free. That's what I'm saying, man. This is a
Yeah.
community show. We're here to promote our community, and great people like yourself who've got a lot of intelligence and a lot to offer our community must be promoted. Simple things. This is from Rat Element. Great show, brothers. Thank you, Rat Element. He's a regular listener and a great brother. Enough respect, Rat Element.
I like the name as well. That's a good name.
Rat Elements,
Yeah,
lovely,
Rat
man.
Element. Wicked. Yeah, I was always gonna say a wicked name. You know? You see, even I do it. Even I do the mistake as well. So but it's a bigger crime when I do it because I'm supposed to be the words.
You
But
understand, yeah.
through a habit, we do these things. What we have to eliminate from our vocabulary.
And that's absolutely right, because last week I had Brother Trenton calling in and we were talking about the concept of God and how we have to diminish this. And then he ended up saying, God bless when he left. But bless him, because he's a beautiful brother.
We've put in our system over years, you see. So to eliminate over... We've got another call.
Yeah, we're going to take this call. Greetings, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah,
Yes, I
I want to talk to Jammers, my brother.
go on, Bridget. Go on.
Tell him it's Ross Linden. I want to talk to him.
Go on, talk, Bridget. That's your question.
Yes, bro.
Eh?
Yeah, speak, bro.
Speak, bro.
You can hear me now,
Yeah,
Jammers?
I can hear you loud and clear. Yeah.
You're live on Conscious Radio,
Ross
brother.
Linden. I just pick up the message, so I didn't hear too much of the program.
I respect, brother.
But I'm tuned in, yeah?
Yes, respect for that.
I want you to break down two sets of words for me, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
One is hypocrisy,
Mm-hmm.
and the other one is a double word. It's energy vampire.
Wow. I think you're the man to break that. You give me the breakdown of that.
Yeah, what's your breakdown
You
on
give me the
that,
breakdown
Ross?
because I know you're the man for that.
What's
I
your
like
breakdown?
my interpretation.
You want my breakdown of which?
Yeah, give me your breakdown, and I'll spin off of your vibes. Yeah.
On the energy vampire, that is my own, upside down theory, as you know. Yeah, and it is that people steal your energy through word, sound, and power. People steal your energy through vibration because all we are pure intelligence. And to be pure intelligence, we vibrate. So you could feel a certain way or sense a certain way.
Yeah.
Right? Not being in an environment or with some individual. But if you change your mind, you might regret it. Has that ever happened to you?
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
But I'm sure all of us have had that experience. So it's about learning to go with the vibes, which is all intuitional.
And what's hypocrisy? Because I'm not really. That's the one I'm not sure of. What's hypocrisy?
Well, what is a hypocrite? As far as you are concerned in the language world, how is that word made up and from what language?
I can break down a hypocrite, but maybe not based on that word. But I'll break down the word hypocrite for you still. You know.
Well, that will do, my brother.
Okay,
Just want
respect
to
for the
say
support.
Massive to overstand
Respect.
what's going on, because hypocrisy is just the act of being a hypocrite.
Right.
correct?
Right.
But a hypocrite is one who is able to hide how they truly feel by pretending they are for you.
Right. Right. Okay. That's fine, Linda. You've given me a platform to start with now. Yeah.
Well, I'll leave it all with you, my general.
And I hope to see you on Sunday. You got your seat ready. I've got a seat ready for you on Sunday as well. Yeah. So I hope you see you down at Speakers
I
Club.
don't know what's happening because since my
Oh yes. Yeah. I really.
haven't heard anything from you apart from today.
Yeah, well,
So
yeah.
I'm not up to date.
No
But
problem with that.
I
Yeah.
will say this: I need to speak to you before any
Yes.
other thing. Because
Okay.
I need to discuss hypocrisy with you and how uncomfortable I might feel.
Respect.
So let's go into that on our own. But
Respect.
for now, well done. I love the simplicity of how you break things down. I love the fact that you're so humble. I heard a bit about living in the car eating cheese and bread. Listen, my brother, I heard about being at the bottom of the pit and there's no further to go. You know,
Respect.
but to
Respect.
look up.
Respect.
And look forward and look upward and
Respect.
go forward. In the proper forward, F-O-R-E word. Is this what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's
All
right.
right, brother?
Respect.
So
Yeah.
all
Okay.
the very best and respect to you and Minty, yeah?
And respect to you. Yes.
thanks,
Lyndon,
King.
Yeah.
Good
Respect.
thanks for being genuine, my brother.
Enough respect, my
Yeah, and then
brother.
brothers like you, and they give me the ground for me to grow. All right, let's get down to business. Yeah.
Bless you.
Energy.
I'm listening on the radio now. I'm listening on the radio.
All right, sir. Give
Yeah.
thanks, you know, King.
Okay.
Enough
Sure,
respect, sir.
sir.
Bless.
Let's break down the word energy.
Go on, King.
Yeah. A runner is someone who runs. Yeah. A jumper is someone who jumps. They've got the ER after them. Yeah. The ER is after them. So you've got the run is the root, then the ER carries it out the root. So run is the root. You put the ER out, becomes a runner. The runner carries out the root of run. Yeah. You reverse ER, you put it the other way around, you got rerun. So rerun takes the running backwards. You reverse the ER, put it to RE. The runner carries out the word run, carries out the action. Let's look at the word energy, okay? And let's look at the word what they call us. Yeah, and we'll get to some answers. Okay, they call us Niger in the original sense.
NGR, bro.
And you know what I said? Any word they give us that's supposed to be bad, I've got to really check why they're saying that word. They're not calling us a monkey, not calling us a tree, not calling us a carrot. They're calling us Niger or nigger. Or so why is it what is it about that word that they want us to stay away from? Because these people are the master deceivers. So if they're giving you something, you gotta be wary of what they're giving. And the thing that they're angry about, and they shout that in anger towards you, why are they so angry about this word? Listen to the sounds of the word. You take the ER away from Niger, you get what?
Nick.
Which is in the word Nigeria, which is in the word night. It's not a bad word. You take the sounds of the letters and what you get. Say the letters one by one. N-I-G. We give off N-I-G. And why it's N-I-G, it's come from us. They call it N-E-G because they get it from the people who give out the N-I-G. The Nigers. You want me to, right, let me break that down further.
Carry on, bro.
What is a Niger in reverse? The Queen calls herself a Niger. The Queen's second word is Regina. Regina is Latin for queen. Yeah, turn the word Regina backwards, you'll see A-I-N-G-E-R, a Niger. So the Queen is calling herself the very word that they are calling us. But they're calling us that word, so we stay away from it and we don't realize our potential to give off N-I-G.
Brethren, listen. This is something I've wanted to talk about, that word, because some people...
That was the title of the first book.
Brethren, that's deep. Listen, bro, because this is going back to that first show. I'm not going to say the word, but we're going to break down that word, man, because the word nigger hurts a lot of people, basically.
The reason why the value system, what it is, they've given us a value system using these letters to impose a value system. If you had a girl and you loved her with the top of your heart, you call her Susan. If you found that girl cheated in front of your face with your best friend, his friend, the father and the mother and even your own parents, you won't call her Susan, you call her Susan. So they've taken a word like Niger, put in their hate and said it while they're imposing their punishment on us, and changed Niger to nigger because it's causing them as much pain as the pain they want to the pain that is causing them, they wanted to inflict it on us.
Okay, bro. What I want to ask you, that's lovely what you've said there. The word nigger is a word that's, as you said, inflicted a lot of pain on us, and you're absolutely right, King, because of our understanding in this dispensation, this paradigm of the word and the context of the word. Now, as a Rasta man, I'm aware of what they call the Ethiopian king, Negus Nigast or Negus Nigar.
What does that?
It sounds like Kings of Kings.
Of course.
And this is what I remember speaking about it on another show, and I didn't want to go too deep into it because I said I want to bring Jammers on and let him break it down further. But the word nigger.
Or correct term, which term you told Niger? Or
I'm talking about NGR, which is the original word for king in Ethiopia.
If you break down all the languages, you'll see that word is a common denunciation
standard
of
word
for king.
For king in Ethiopia and in Egypt, basically, because the pharaoh was called Nagar.
Yeah.
So, how are we going to get people to understand that word? And before you say, I want to get the number in so people can call in, bro. So just keep that point there about that word nigger, because we have to really. This is why I wanted you on the show to educate people, because this show is an educational show as well, bro. We want to share knowledge and information, bits of information people haven't heard. And the way
I don't even want to show people. I don't want to educate. I want to show. Because educate comes from...
go on.
Educate
man,
comes
you're going
from
to mash up my old show, because...
no.
I'm just joking, bro. Go on, talk, man. Go on,
want to
talk.
educate them what education is. Once they know the education of what education is, they become educated in a different educational sense. Educate comes from the word educate. E, when you see E in front of a word, it means a movement out or a movement away from something. See, like in X, that means a movement. Every time you see the word E, it signifies a movement A. So take the E away from education, you get ducate. What does ducate stand for? Latin word meaning dukes, money. The Duke's money. So basically, education is showing you how to become valuable for the person that owns you. Okay, that's why they say you have talent. Talent comes from the Latin word meaning more money. So when they're saying talented, they're saying that you're worth money to me. So education, you learn. Look at the word learn. Inside the word learn is the word earn. So you're learning how to, not to stand on your own 2 feet, you're learning how to work for someone else. They're not teaching you how to set up your own business, but they're teaching you to become more valuable for them because you are currency. That's why they call it a current.
Okay, bro. I need to can we get a fan in here or something, man? Because this man's blowing me away with the music, with the word sound, man. Wow. I just want to read out the hotline number. It's 07539 602 999. That's 07539 602 999. So if you want to call in, please do. And if you want to ask the brethren a question, please ask away. I'm just going to give a shout out to our sponsors.
The Occasion Show is sponsored by One Lock Publishing. Check out the website www.head-top.co.uk. The Rise to the Occasion Show is sponsored by One Lock Publishing. Check out the website www.head-top.co.uk. The Rise to the Occasion Show is sponsored by One Lock Publishing. Check out the website www.head-top.co.uk.
Yeah, man. Big up the one called Ed Top, man. So this is Solar Minty's Rise to the Occasion show. We've got a very special guest, a man called Jammers, who is breaking down the meanings of words, and he's also here to discuss his liberty and his event, which is happening on Sunday. Go and read it out, Jammers, man.
Yeah, it's happening in the Speakers Club, which we've set up for us to speak, to peak. It's happening at the Bernie Grant Arts Centre. That's this Sunday, the 27th of March. And that's at Town Hall Approach Road, N15 4RX. Once again, this Sunday, all roads lead to the Bernie Grant Arts Centre, Town Hall Approach Road. And the topic is the transforming effect of education. Anyway, does formal education aid or hinder critical thinking, or is all educational knowledge? Once again, it's free. If you mention Minty at the door, he's going to be funding you in from his back pocket. And you can bring a guest as well. So it's 2 people free. Just mention the Minty's name or the name of the show on the door, and you're getting free. And that's this Sunday.
And trust me, these are fantastic. And I'm going to read that out again at the end.
And it's 5 o'clock till 8 p.m. Once again, 5 o'clock till 8 p.m.
And that's where is it, bro? Town Hall Approach?
Town Hall Approach Road, the Bernie Grant Arts Centre.
Okay, let me just read out this one. Yeah, it's and by the way, fantastic events. I'm there, just like I'm at Dougie's events all the time. So if you want to meet me or you want to meet Jammers, get down there, man. We're happy to reason with you, man. And like I said, this event is a fantastic event. So on Saturday we've got Dougie's event, and on Sunday we've got Jammers' event. Absolutely brilliant. So on Saturday it's Find Your Voice: The Power of Knowing Your Mind with inevitability coach Mervyn Barrett. Yeah, he specializes in cohesively and coherently putting together inner and outer game strategies and techniques that make the results you want inevitable. Also, Sean Freckleton, his mission is to help people understand the value of wills, pensions and trusts. That's on this Saturday coming, the 26th of March this year, of course, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Get there early. Tickets are £5 in advance, £8 on the door. So if you want to get your ticket, you can get them from Body Music. It's Parkview Academy, West Green Road, London, N15 3RB. The buses are the 41, 341, 230 and the 67. Tubes are Turnpike Lane and Seven Sisters. The email, if this is what you're asking for, Miss Danyinka, I'm not sure if this is it, but this is the email. findyourvoice@hotmail.co.uk. And that's Find Your Voice, all one word, at hotmail.co.uk. Email Dougie if you want to get any information, or call Dougie on 07960 239 493. That's 07960 239 493, or 07882 403 871. That's 07882 403 871. And if you want to promote your business at this event, you can text the lovely Sandra D on 07984 170 469. That's 07984 170 469. Now, if you want stalls at this event, you can call Sandra or you can call Dougie. And I'm going to read it out again. Like I say, these events are RAM, so you will make a change on the day. So if you're interested in getting a stall, call the numbers 07960 239 493 or 07882 403 871, and that's Sandra, lovely Sandra D. 07984 170 469. You can get tickets also from Body Music Records, which is 261 Tottenham High Road, M15 4RR. Their number is 0208 802 0146. That's 0208 802 0146. And you can buy tickets from the lovely Emma Sirius on www.siriustickets.com. That's siriustickets.com. Sirius is spelled SIRIUS tickets.com. That's one word. That's SIRIUS tickets.com. So big up these people. All right, we've got a whole heap of... okay, what were we talking about? Nigger and
yeah.
Go and break that down,
right,
Bridget, and I'll read the text.
ER carries out the root. Runner, the ER carries out the root of run. Jumper, the ER carries out the root of jump. So Niger, the ER carries out the root of NIG.
Okay.
So we are the energy, which the energy carriers, the NIG carriers. Take the word NIG and reverse it. What do you get?
Jinn.
Not the J gin, the gin is the original spirit.
Yeah, the gin.
We give out the energy because we are the original spirit. Now look where everything starts from. Everything starts from the where? The begin of something. Look at the word begin, you'll see the gin in it. You see the original spirit. Look at the word origin. You'll see the ore of the gin, the original spirit.
Brethren.
Look at the start, the virgin. You'll see the original spirit at the start.
See, begin is beautiful, brethren, because when you begin something, you are in the movement, the motion. So you're being genius.
The original spirit.
You're being the genie, because the genie, it was in this band, JIN, wasn't it? So it was gin sound. Wow, that's deep.
Even if you take the word, the next word that they call us is Negro. Reverse the word Negro, you'll see the word ore. OR is the ore. Ore is the original of something, the ore that grows.
Like origin, organ. Wow. This is deep, man. Wow, bro. This is fantastic, man.
When you want to hide something from someone or upset them, you give them a name that they can't apply to themselves.
Go on, bro. Speak.
Because if your name was John and I was calling you Basil, you wouldn't respond. So they're giving you a sound that you don't respond to.
Right.
So you don't know who you really are.
Wow.
And then they can replace it with something else.
It's not often I'm speechless, as you know, Jammers. So you just, this is brilliant, man. This is fantastic, bro. Okay, like I say, I want to give out the number again, because like I say, Jammers is happy to interact, and we want to get people calling in and speaking to Jammers. 07539 602 999. That's 07539 602 999. You're in tune to Ras Minty's Rise to the Occasion show with the great Wordsmith. And then I said Wordsmith, you know what I'm saying now, isn't it? Wordsmith, maybe that's just a soft word to describe him. Word genius, word gin. My goodness, not a virgin, a word gin.
Careful how you say that.
Okay, all right, we're gonna read some texts, bro. Okay, this is from 024. Loving the show. Give me something to think about. Can you repeat the details of Sunday's event, Speakers Club, please? Thanks, Sonia. Go and repeat them, Brethren, again, man.
Thanks, caller. The more vibes you give me, the more vibes you inspire me to do more, because I have to be on the right path as well. So, you can correct me or you can add information as well, because that's what it's all about. It's all about sharing the information and vibration to create a new nation.
That's right, Brethren.
Yeah, the event is this Sunday at the Berniegrad Arts Centre. Once again, the Berniegrad Arts Centre. The nearest station is Seven Sisters Station, Landmark Body Music, or Costa, one of those two anyway. Yeah, and it's that's Berniegrad Arts Centre, Town Hall Approach Road, N15 4RX. Town Hall Approach Road, N15 4RX. This Sunday starts at 5 o'clock and the topic is the transforming effect of education. Does formal education aid or hinder critical thinking? Is all education knowledge? So that's what you'll be discussing with us, because it's all about you expressing yourself. And there's also prizes for the best speakers given on the day as well.
And that's why it's called Rise to the Occasion, because this is exactly what you're promoting, encouraging our people to rise up and be who they're supposed to be be genius. This is exactly what we promote on the show, Bridget.
Not to make mistake. Mistake really means you missed the chance to take something.
Right.
So you've got to rise to the occasion.
I love them talks, bro. Love them. Okay, this is from, I'm not sure if I've read this, 240 Good Reasonings Jammer. Good reasonings, big up jammers, naturally. Thank you,
respect.
024.
Respect 024, thanks for
this
the
is from Lee Dredd. So does black mean we lack the wisdom of knowledge?
Oh, that's the next one. Well, this is the label that they've given us. Basically, in roughly about the 16th century, their scientists weren't really clued up that much. And what they done is they looked at ash, and when they found ash, they found black ash and they found white ash, and they believed that represented they didn't have color. The end product of burning was white ash and black ash, and both of them didn't have no color. So basically, the word black and the word white has got the same root word, black. That's where you get the word bleach from, or blank.
Absolutely.
The black. So they both come. They believe
That's
they
right,
both
bro.
come meaning they both meant a lack of color. So they got the
That's
same
right.
root word. So blank, and even in Old English you'll find the word blank, B-L-A-K, applied to the white person. So they then. It had a negative connotation.
That's right.
So they moved it over to us.
That's right, Bridget. And you're absolutely right when you say it there, bro. The blank meant white, but it meant a mark we didn't want on.
It means a lack of. Actually, it means black. It comes from a root meaning a lack of color.
Right, it meant white. That's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
Bridget. Exactly.
I mean,
Blank. It meant it was blank.
Blank. It really comes from blank.
Yeah, right.
Blank. Yeah.
And as you said, Bridget, it was on. If you have a bleach mark on something. You don't want it, so that they changed it to black and referred it to us.
Yeah, they really
this
put
mark we don't like, we
that's
don't want
right.
on the thing.
Yeah. They
So you're
took a
absolutely
negative
right, Bridget.
connotation. That's where it's originated from. And if you look at the word black, you'll see the word lack in it. Lack. There's a plant. I haven't got the name of the plant. There's a plant that gives off a white substance, and the root word of it is called a lac. Lactin or lactin, that means white. Look at the word galaxy. Galac means white. So when you lack something, of course, what color are you? If you're it's a lack. Lack means a lack of color.
Absolutely.
So in the word black, you've got the word be a lack of something.
Absolutely.
So they've put that word. So even in the word black, you can see it be's a lack of something, a lack of color. But the problem with them is when you point one finger at somebody, you've got three fingers pointing of yourself. So when they're calling you black, it's because they can see what they be lacking.
All right, Bridget. So what these people do is switch the language round, basically, and make it sound bad on you, but really it's
bad on them.
All right, bro. That's deep, man. So thank you for that, Lee Dredd, again for your contribution, my brother. This is from 340, and they're asking, can you break down the word blessed? Give thanks. Well, you can think about that, bro.
I feel like I'm a mastermind or whatever.
Bridget, you're a wordsmith, man.
Basically, as I said, you have to see with your ears and hear with your eyes. And the key, it's not even I'm just saying this. The godfather of, or the founder of linguistics, Ferdinand de Saussure, the father of linguistics, in his book, I think it's a general treatise on linguistics, he said that the key is in the sound. Once they understand the sound and letting go of the letter, you'll find the truth. That's his line. That's the father of linguistics line is letting go of the letter and focus on the sound, and you'll find the truth. Right. Look at the word bless. The first letter of the word bless is
B.
That's the first. The next four letters is
less, of course.
To be less of something.
Yes.
If you look at the etymology of the true meaning or where it goes back to, it originated from the shedding of blood.
I've heard that.
When a sacrifice was made, it's called a blessing.
Yes, of course, man. And that's what people have said, that if you knew where the word blessed comes from, you wouldn't use it, basically. So that's deep, bro.
Yeah.
Thus, why do we call ourselves black? Well, I think you've explained that. So
Because when you give a dog a bad name, it becomes a bad dog.
Yeah. And
When you give a dog a good name and it thinks it's a bad name, it wants to get rid of the good name and take on the bad name. That's why we call ourselves black.
But also, we've got to remember, bro, this isn't our language, really. And we don't even understand.
I'll have to stop you there.
Go on, bro.
This is our language. We are the only race of people that created the alphabet.
Okay, bro.
They've reversed the symbols and used our own language against us. This is our language. If you made an alphabet, you would know what the letter A means. They don't. They're just tell you the A. They don't know what the letter A means. The letter A comes from the Phoenician alphabet. The Carthaginians, who call themselves Africans, who got it from the ancient Kemet. So the A represented the ox. You turn the A upside down, you see the head of an ox. The A represented your first, the carrier of your spirit. That's where it comes from. The ox came from two hands, the two hands on your shoulders. If you raise up your two hands on your shoulders, you'll see the 2 points. You raise up your hands up and then you'll see your head in the middle.
Yes.
So you put your hands up, you'll see the symbol of the ox, because the starting point of everything, they believe the spirit was held in between what was held on the shoulders. So the A represents your head.
Right,
with the two arms.
Okay. Well, let's say this. Then it is our language, but we've been confused in understanding it, basically.
That's right.
All right, but we're going to take this call from Lee Dread. Greetings, Lee. How you doing, brother?
Yeah, I'm good, Minty. How you doing?
I'm good, King. Give thanks, What would you like to say, brother?
I just would like to talk to Jammers.
Go on, King. Go on.
We're talking about the A, and I really thought that when I was growing up, I was told. You're not putting me on now?
Can you turn it up? Yeah, just turn it up.
No, go on, bro.
Go, bro.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I just want to talk to Jammers, just to, talk about the language situation.
Yeah. Go on, King.
He turns words around and something like that, because it's a play with words, and I understand where it's coming from, and we can all do that. You understand? But I just want to, just play and find out exactly what the root word of the language is.
Right.
Any word in particular, Lee?
What the root word?
Yeah, have you got the radio on in the background there, bro?
Yeah, I can turn it down.
Please, bro. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Am I talking to Minty?
Yeah,
I'm here as well.
Ram Jammers is here as well, but Jammers will answer your question, King, yeah?
Minty, you're scanning your calls.
No, your name comes up, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, man. But it doesn't matter.
The root word what I wanted to talk about was like roots.
The root word. You want to know the root word of language, yeah?
Yeah, well, I want to find out what root comes from.
What the word? What the word root comes from, or the word language comes from? The root of the language.
The word language.
Well,
He might turn it around and say it's like OT, or I just want to. See where
I'll just give I've analysed it in a certain. This is my perspective, so it might not follow a meaning or definition. But basically, language is how we communicate. Yeah, and it's.
Who am I talking to?
Jammers.
Hold on, Lee Dread. How long you been listening to the show? You can't tell me between Jammers.
I'm not talking to Jammers.
Listen, Lee. Jammers sounds like a Cockney and I'm a Scouser. Come on, man. What's going on?
Oh, you guys are confusing me now. Who am I talking to? I need to know where I'm at.
Right, now you're speaking to Jammers, yeah? You're speaking to me, yeah? Hello? Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, Jammers. How you doing?
Yeah, fine, bro.
Hold on, bro.
Wait.
Hold on, Lee. Are you listening to your radio?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's why you're confused, brethren. So switch your radio off and stop listening to that and listen to what Jammers is telling you via the phone, yeah?
Right.
All right, my brother.
Right.
Let me just get up to oh damn. Come on.
You ready?
Yeah, Jammers. Yes.
Okay, right. Well, I'm going to give you the Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary breakdown of what language is, yeah? And it's basically, they say, the method of human communication, either spoken or written, consisting of the use of words in a structured and conventional way. Basically, what that means is that there was no such form of a primitive behavior, because if you've got language, you've got a structured society. So they're trying to make us look ourselves like we're primitive. But language means you've got order, you've got laws, you've got structure. Right. So let me go on to the next level, right? So it comes from the old the old French language, which is based on the Latin word lingua, which means tongue. So basically it comes from tongue. That's where the mother tongue comes from. So language actually means is the tongue, the original tongue that was spoken. And the original tongue that was spoken is ancient Kemet or African. Because language has to have a starting point. Basically, how a baby learns language, it makes up words, it makes up sounds, and then the elder will tell them that means a pen and that means a tree, and then it will change the sounds to a word. So basically, they were the ones who was living as primitives. We came as the elders and teachers, and then gave them the correct tongue that we had. So basically,
but the thing is, Jamis, we are the original. We know
exactly.
That.
Exactly.
And I hear what you're doing with splitting up the language and the words and translating it into the original. We're translating the words that we know, from the alphabet, the A, B, C, D, E. Yeah, you're translating them into the original meaning of it.
That's right. Yeah.
When I texted and asked earlier on whether or not you spoke different languages fluently, it wasn't in any way trying to say to myself or to say to you that you don't know what the next language is talking about.
Yeah, you understand. That's good.
What I was saying is that you interpret the language we speak now, and this is the original language transferred to now.
That's right. Yeah. That's correct.
So we come back to the original language. Everybody talks English. We speak English, Jammers. You don't speak no other language.
Yes,
but
exactly.
You can interpret the English language back to the original language.
Exactly. That's right. Yes.
That's exactly what you're doing.
That's right. Yeah. And that way, because we can use what we've like. You've been given a knife to cut yourself. You can use that knife to make things with. So the same language, we can spin it back around how they spun it around in the first place and use it to our advantage.
Yeah. So Jammers, you're good at what you're doing. But where do we go from here? This is what I want to know.
Right. Well,
good. We know this. We know this. We know this from Minty's program. We know this from Muhammad's program. We know this from my man yesterday. What's my man yesterday's name?
Mandingo.
Mandingo. We know this from Mandingo. We know this from the music that we play, that we are the original.
Right.
So where do we go from here?
That's the most excellent question that's been asked, because this is the key to everything. We have to.
Because I'm sitting here. I'm sitting here in my yard watching TV. Big Malta. No space around me. Next door neighbor this side, next door neighbor that side. No land. No land. Just a garden.
Right.
And so we have land. We still have land. Africa big with land. Cut out part of the Sahara, make we do something different, cut this out, cut that out, chop this down, and give ourselves more space.
Well,
you understand?
Yeah, I understand what you said. Because basically we have to turn the knowledge into action, because we've had great leaders in front of us who've shown us the way. Who've had less than us. They never had no mobile phone, no internet, and they've done more than we've done. So
no. Well, don't cut that out, because that's what the Father's given us, the education to do this. The Father has given us that capability to communicate in this form, this way, this manner. It's progressed from just the phone and the bleeper. It's progressed. Someone asked me today, why am I not on what do you call it? Not Facebook.
Yeah, go on, bro. Go on, bro.
Yeah,
So me myself, I'm not on Facebook because I don't want to be too much interactive out there. But what is happening is that everything is being put on the media. Everybody knows exactly what's going on. So I just want to know why Jammers can't find out where we are going.
Well,
where's our next move? Where's our next word?
Okay.
Where's our next word? Is our next word progression? Advance? What is our next word?
Lee, let me say that Jammers, this is Minty speaking. with the Scouse
All right,
accent. Jammers was answering the question and you kind of cut him off, so just let him speak and he'll hopefully answer your question in the fullness, King.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't realize.
No, that's okay, bro. Go on,
No
Jammers.
problem, bro. Yeah, I like your power that you're giving here, because it just raises up everything. Basically, as well, my interpretation of language is you land. This is what they do. They land and they gauge your action. So they'll say a word to you, and by your response, they'll know what to do. So they're using language to gauge our response. But in answer to your question, well, what I've done, basically, I've written one book on decoding the language, another book on analysing certain words. And my next level was to create the Speakers Club, which is a platform for us to firstly communicate in how we communicate. Because personally, they tell us that we don't communicate in the right way. They give us a lack of confidence in communicating, because they've got a system that they say we have to follow to transmit. Some of us.
Yeah,
but that's the first level. So I've created a platform for us to firstly communicate with each other. My second step is now to set up a training ground where we can start to train each other with the skills necessary to rise above the situation that we've been placed in by the very words that we're using. The third level that I want to do now is to set up an authority where we set down the agenda and the code and the practice of what we have to follow. And when people rise up to the standard that we've set in place, then they can be certificated and also be trained as teachers, so we can generate our own teaching system and create our own inner wealth by increasing our skills between us and sharing our skills. So this is my plan that I've got in action at the moment.
Okay, that's good, Jammers. That's good. You know, and hope we can move forward from that. You know, what I mean, and just get more and more of us. You know, just understanding the word.
Yeah.
You know, because the word was given to us, and the language is given to us also for us to interpret. You know, for us to learn other languages and interpret to what we can understand.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I see
the alphabet is ABC. It's written in different ways, but it's a universal language. But we speak what we speak. We can turn it into a different kind of twang, American, Patois, Trinidadian. We can do all those kind of, voices, because we are all one.
Yeah. Lee, listen, we've got to go because it's 5-2. The Great Rascal Cumber's already here, so we're going to have to finish up the show now. But thank you for your call, Lee.
Well, you know what? I just wanted to get interactive with Concious.
Thank you, bro.
Sometimes I'm just listening, but, I want to interact. I'm not a silent listener. This is Lee Dredd, I miss call enough of the DJs on the radio program all the time.
Bro, listen, thank you, and thanks for your inspiration, because the show's going to be about the question you asked me last week. We're going to have the African origins of the Christian religion, brethren. So thanks for that, yeah?
Okay, that's blessed.
Brethren, listen, we'll speak next week, my brother. Take care, yeah?
All right, Minty. All right, God
thank you, Lee. Yeah, bless, man. All right, no more calls, man, because the Great Rascal Cumber's here. We're going to read out the last texts, and Jammers is going to talk about his event before we chip. So I hope I gave you the email address, sister. Let me see. Okay, wow. Okay, this is from Miss. I decided to do a little research on Latin language, and I felt that it was a living language that opened doors. The upper classes do not want us to know and use. Most people who attend boarding school and high fee paying schools use it and make it relevant. That's true. It is connected to Africa. There are lifting, chanting, Latin positive incantations. Yeah, because Latin's really rooted from the ancient Egyptian language, isn't it?
That's right.
Basically, bro. So, words that unlock the... Okay, you said that. There is so much more to find out about this so-called dead language. Giving thanks, please give out his email address. The brother who is speaking, please, thank you. Thank you, Jammers.
Thank you for giving me the inspiration to
man.
show me that I'm in the right direction, especially pranking the last brother, because we need also knowing if we're not on the course, or we need to be directed in a certain way. We need brothers with passion to say, "Oh, you're going the wrong way. You should be doing this. You should be doing that."
Absolutely.
So this is what we need. We need other perspective, other eyes to see.
Well, that's why I like Lee Dredd, because he asked me a very difficult question, which I'm going to break down next week. So enough respect to Lee for that question, because we don't want no confusion here. We're going to clarify exactly why we say about Bible. Why we say we don't deal with Bible, and why we question and quote certain things from Bible. It's going to connect us back to our African roots, which is what we talk about all day long. All right. All these texts, man. Okay. All right. This is from... Okay, so yeah, we've read that one. All right. Okay, this is from Cash. Prisons full otherwise. A label not always what's on the... No word. Keep our family together. Most definitely, Cash. Thank you. Brother Curtis. Hi, my brothers. Great vibes. I got a word for you. Philandra. The European's interpretation in code means fill your land, then murder you.
I like that.
Thanks
I like
for that, bro.
Yeah, that's my notebook.
Enough respect, Curtis. This is from 024. Loving the show. Giving me something. Okay, we've read that. Yeah. What are the names of Jammers books, please? Jammers, quickly, bro. And read your event out as well.
Right, the first book we'll leave for now. The second book is Decoding Language, and that will be out in that should be back out in circulation next month.
Well, let's say this right.
Yeah.
On Sunday, you can come to the thing
yeah,
on
you
Sunday.
can meet me on Sunday.
Yeah, read that out, Bridget, now.
Yeah, Sunday's event, once again, is the Birdie Grant Arts Centre, the Speakers Club, which we've launched to get our community speaking in unity. And it's Town Hall Approach Road, and get us to rise up, as the show says. N15 4RX. That's Sunday, this 27th of March 2016. The topic is the transforming effect of education. Starts at 5 o'clock, and it's once again, it's going to be free once you mention the name of the show or Minty, and you can get in with a guest free. That's this Sunday, the Birdie Grant Arts Centre, Town Hall Approach Road. Thank you.
It's free. It's going to be a great event. I've been to them. I can't laud Jammers and his events enough. Jammers, thank you so much for coming in, brother.
Hope you have me back sometime.
Reggie, that's not even a question, man. That's standards.
Thank
what
you
are you talking
Conscious
about,
family.
man?
Yeah, stay conscious with Conscious and support the brother Minty.
Support Brother Jammers. Support Rascal Cumber. Big old ball conscious
Big
DJs.
up all the family.
Yeah, I just want to say.
Can I just say one thing?
Go on, bro.
Start to listen with your eyes and hear with your. No, start to. Oh,
I'm gonna say
start
it,
to see with your ears.
Yeah.
And listen with your eyes.
All right, lovely, man. So on that note, we're gonna leave it. Thank you, Jammers. Next, we've got the great Rascal Cumber playing some beautiful reggae music from the hours of 10 to 1 o'clock. Enough respect, Cumber. We're gone. This was Ras Minty's Rise to the Occasion show, because we want you to be uplifted, edified. We're not using that word education again, because the Jammers will put.
No, we know what it is. You can still use it.
Oh,
you
okay,
know?
thanks, Jammers. I've got the wordsmith's permission. Want you to be uplifted, feel positive. Whatever your goal, your dream, your aspirations, begin it. Be the genie in it, man. I love that word, Bridget.
That's right. But another thing is, you can use certain words because that's the language that they only know. So you can't start to use higher words to people who they'll understand where you're coming from. So you have to just,
If you break down the words, people will understand. That's all you need to say, man. So thank you. Enough respect. Thanks, Cash, for the last one. We're gone. Enough respect. And we'll see you next week. Same time, same place. Tuesday, 8 till 10. Rastafari.
Kiteshore Entertainment's the organisers for Miss Guyana UK Beauty Pageant and now looking for contestants for this year's show 2016. To enter, you must be the age 18 to 26, Guyanese heritage, parents or grandparents, beautiful and intelligent. Can you contribute to the positive changes in Guyana? Then you can become Guyana's next ambassador. Apply online, www.missguyanauk.com. Come on, ladies, don't be shy. Do something worthwhile. One people, one nation, one destiny. Guyana.